Welcome to the Rainbow Kitchen Magic. Today I'm going to do an experiment, and it's to actually try to make a vegan version of tarama, which is one of my favorite dip, but I want to cut down on fish, so I thought let's try to do something which would just require vegetable and no meat or no dairy product. So I thought that also I wanted to have the taste, the texture, but also some of the nutrients that you will find in tarama, which is essentially fat and proteins, and also omega-3, which is really good for you. So in order to do that, I sort of thought, okay, what are the different components that I can include in that? So I want the smoky taste, I want the taste of the sea. So I thought, what can I use? I'm going to use seaweed, and for the omega-3 component, I'm going to use linseed, which are full of omega-3. So we'll try that. For the good fat, I've got some cashew nuts as well. To start with, I have infused about 300 ml water with 2 bags of Lapsang souchon, which is this tea which is really smoky. So I'm going to bring this to the boil slowly. So now my water is boiled, so I'm just going to add carrots, and after the carrots I'm going to add my lentils. So I've got about 40 grams of coral lentils. So that's going to be creating the bulk of my tarama. So it's going to take about 15 minutes, 20 minutes to sort of cook. So now this is boiling, and I'm just going to add a little bit of tomato puree. It will enhance the flavor, but also it's quite good for bringing a bit of color to this. We'll add a little bit of salt, not too much at this stage. Mix. So I'm just going to mix that a bit, and when the carrots and the lentils are cooked, I'm just going to let them to sort of absorb the liquid more, and then we'll move on to the next bit. Now my carrots and lentils are cooked, and I'm going to add to them the dose, which is this nice seaweed. I'm going to add my kelp, and I've got a little bit of nori as well, which is used for making sushi, so I'm just going to put that in there as well. And I'm going to leave it to sort of soak a little bit, so it will be absorbed by the lentils and the carrots, and just leave it to sort of cool off a bit. And we're going to wait a little bit. So now the next step for me is to start blending the different elements. So I've got about, I think, 30 grams of cashew nuts. Just going to mix that together. Then I've got some rye bread, but you could use any bread that you've got left. Stir it together. So it looks really appetizing right now. It's like a soupy thing, although it smells quite nice with the addition of the kelp and that smoky flavor of the tea. Now I'm going to bring everything together with this machine, which is a hand blender with this attachment. But maybe you've got a food processor at home, which would probably be equally the same. So now I have my bread, lentil, carrot, linseed, cashew nut, seaweed, and all the ingredients of this. The only thing that I haven't put in it yet is my onion. So I'm just going to add this raw onion, chop roughly, because it's all going to go in the blender in a minute. So I'm adding this, and I'm just going to pour all of these ingredients in this. So here we go, it all goes in there. It's going to make some noise. It smells amazing. It really smells fishy. It's quite amazing, quite surprising actually, how fishy it kind of smells. And like for tarama salata, I'm going to use a little bit of oil as well, olive oil, to create the emulsion. So about 2 tablespoons. The juice of 1 lemon as well. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper, and I will adjust with the salt later on when I taste it. So I'm going to blend it together. Here we go, you've got that lovely pinky colour. The consistency is very, very close to the tarama salata, so I'm quite pleased. We see a little bit of seaweed which appear in the middle, and it smells amazing. It smells really sort of yeah, a bit of the sea, and I'm going to try, let you know. Wow, it's lovely, a bit lemony. Might need a bit more salt, which I'm going to add now. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave it in a jar, and the flavors are going to develop as well. That's it. That's my tarama salata, vegan tarama salata. No fish has been armed to make this. So I hope you enjoyed it, that you will join me for another recipe, the next one I'll do. I'm not too sure what I'm going to concoct next time, but I really want to experiment different things. So this is an experiment, and it worked. Thank you. With the quantities that I gave you, I had enough to make a full sort of jam jar of tarama salata, and a little baby one there, and I'm probably going to give it to someone to try and tell me what they think about it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will join me again soon for another recipe. Goodbye for now.